Hi, this is the evil Dr. Frost reporting from his evil lair in a place called Candlewick in his evil town of Poplar Grove. At least that's according to a person named Colleen McClory and a judge in Rockford. Really, this is my evil lair. See, they're saying that I have something called I'm manic now. See, mania is a behavior. See, it's behavior. Repeat after me, class. Mania is a behavior. Bipolar is called a disorder. Repeat after me, class. Bipolar is a disorder. If one has bipolar, you take something called medication. Repeat after me, class. Medication. If you take medication, it removes the symptoms of a disease. Okay, so if you are bipolar, which I challenge, but if I am really bipolar, I take lithium and Depakote, which is medicine to stop me from being manic. Repeat after me. I take lithium and Depakote to stop mania behavior, because that's prescribed by something called a doctor, and I have the right. I am the only person that has the right to release this information. Repeat after me, the world. Dr. Stephen Frost is the only human being that has the right to release information, not Colleen McClory, not Dr. Gloria Frost, not everybody else in Belvedere, or whatever, as I say. So I am the only one that has this right. Therefore, anyone that has said anything about this before this tape has committed a crime against the government of the United States called the HIPAA law. So all people that have talked about me as being manic have now been officially documented as being in trouble by the law. Okay, this is a tape that's going to go to my lawyers. Thank you very much, Colleen, for being stupid. Because it's like this. Today is my day. You know, I'm retired, meaning I can sleep when I want and eat when I want. I've only had documented evidence for only 9 hours and about 9 hours of sleep today. Repeat after me, world. 9 hours of sleep. I need 9 hours of sleep because I'm like tired from working. Repeat after me, world. I get tired because I actually work for a living. See, work is hard, and therefore you get tired. You sleep lots of hours. Okay, all documented on my cell phone called texting. So my girlfriend today was worried because I fell asleep, and I said, look it, I slept and I woke up at something called dawn. See, when you sleep at night, you wake up at dawn in the morning. Then I worked for a little while, and then I took another nap in the afternoon, and then I got really tired by about 6 o'clock, and then I fell asleep till like 11 o'clock. The total number of hours was 9.5 hours of total sleep. That is really good sleep, alright? Mania, you don't sleep at all. Manics only sleep, well, let's say that I know Colleen sleeps a lot less than 9 hours a day. She even sleeps only like 3 or 4 hours a day at a time, and then goes to work the next day, because I know her personally. So therefore, she usually sleeps less than 9 hours a day. Well, then she must be something other than normal like me. See, normal people need 8 hours of sleep a day. Repeat after me, class, if you listen to regular good health rules. Normal people need 6 to 8 hours of sleep a day. Okay, that's for good behavior. That's the reason why I'm a very healthy man and I am not sick and ill. I do not have any kind of mental illness because I'm healthy as a horse. How do you tell that you're healthy as a horse? I've never had any cancer, and I've never had a broken bone, and I have no diseases at all. There's a little chance that I could have a high cholesterol level, so the doctor on preventive says I should take a statin, which I take at my leisure if I feel like it, because that's my right. But I always take my mental pills, meaning lithium and Depakote, and that's the reason why I'm not manic, because I take medicine. So if you take medicine for high blood pressure, it makes you have low blood pressure. If you have mania and you take medicine, then you don't have mania. Duh. That's why you take medicine. So please, Judge, don't be stupid like Colleen. You take medicine not to be mentally ill. Now, if I didn't take medicine and I had bipolar, then I'd be something called manic. But manics don't sleep 10 hours a day. Look it up, Judge. No, manics don't sleep 10 hours a day. Manics don't eat food all day long. My girlfriend goes, "Oh, what have you eaten today?" Well, I go to something called a Boone County restaurant in the morning, usually, where I eat either a slice of pie if I'm not that hungry, or I've had like chicken fried steak at Ned's, or I've had my favorite is called biscuits and gravy with either eggs on it if I'm really hungry. If I'm super hungry, I have eggs, pancakes, but and a potato, and then gravy on top because I like the extra fat because I need it for energy. See, if you're working hard, you have to eat extra fat. So then I eat extra fat in the morning. If I'm not that hungry, then I don't eat so much, and then I just have a little sugar. I have something called snacks during the day called pretzels in my car to eat to cover if I'm hungry and I'm traveling in my car. Then I eat lots of pizzas from Marco's Pizza, and they know me there because I've been eating like a pizza a day at times. Repeat after me. Eating a pizza a day is not a sign of mania. That means I'm really hungry from something called working. So I work about 8 hours. I work and then I sleep about 8 hours a day. And then on top of it, I eat like pizzas. A maniac does not eat because they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Therefore, my behavior is perfectly normal. A further proof of normality during this time is perfect driving record for only in my entire lifetime. 2 whole speeding tickets, and I've never ever hit anyone. I always obey the traffic laws. Ooh, that's called discipline, Judge. Repeat after me, world. Discipline is to obey all the laws. That's also called honor or civil behavior. Unlike Colleen, who lied to the judge, that would be uncivilized or dishonorable. Then on top of it, she stole $1,000 from me and denied it. That would be a crime. That's what's called breach of contract, which she failed to open a letter, which I just received, which my lawyers will then go after her, because that is also uncivil behavior or uncivilized, also dishonorable. So she tried to dishonor my name by lying and then steal my money, which is mean, and my response to that is, shame on you, Colleen. That's not very nice. See, that is not violent. Then you take the person to court because you don't do anything like that. So even though she stole money and she's lied to me, I just did nothing except try to avoid her according to the law, because even though she has an illegal restraining order, I still respect the law because it's not the law's fault. It's not the policeman's fault that she put an illegal restraining order, and that's what I told the nice police officer. He apologized for having to do his job, and I said I congratulated the police officer for doing his job because it's not his fault. He is not the judge, and he's not the one who wrote the order. And he just left the house laughing as I told him jokes to look at America's Got Talent Stephen Frost tape, because Stephen Frost pretends to be manic, and he's really not, because he has a sound mind and body. He can act in his household if he wants to. Funny. So again, my person who said that I'm manic, by the way, Judge, she has been into a car accident in the last 2 years since I've dated her. She actually hit someone from behind, which I have never done in my lifetime, except when I was a little kid on an icy road where everyone in Syracuse hit everybody that day. That's called a record that you can pull up called a driving record from an insurance company if one actually needs one, Judge. So you can look at my driving record versus Colleen's driving record. You can look at my behavior, meaning I've never committed a crime ever as documented. No violent crime ever documented, period. Exclamation point, period. That is called hearsay, Judge, meaning my wife said something in court, and she committed perjury, as we're going to document in Lake County, and therefore it was called hearsay. She said at home I did something. I said, look, I did it in self-defense as documented. in Gurney Police. If anyone actually looked at the Gurney Police records, they would have found that my ex-wife, which is going to be all legally open by me because they're my records, I'm going to find out that before we got the divorce, my ex-wife had been, I didn't ever want to bring it out, but because of all this stupidity, she had hit me in the Adam's apple, as documented here in Candlewick, because I ran away from her after she hit me in my Adam's apple. And then she also did something called spousal rape on me as well. And I didn't ever want to have to say that my ex-wife, before she got the divorce from me, had spousally raped me, as documented in the police station. My name had been cleared in Gurney Police Station after the stupidity there by Officer Moe. All records are called legal records or police records. See, they're my records too. They should be there in the police station, and I should be able to use the Freedom of Information Act in order to release these records when I see fit. So when people slander my name, I just let it go because I'm a nice man. But when I'm going in public now to try to get money for my cancer research, and then I'm interfered with by Colleen, and I was interfered with by Gloria, that I do not take it nicely. I have every right then to do things legally, not illegally like Gloria and Colleen. Illegal means they break the law intentionally with do harm. And that's what happened here, Judge. For some reason, you could not see through Colleen's lies. So for whatever reason. So when one looks at real facts and data, you'll find out that, of course, Colleen was given lots of money to do things, including she ended up paying, along with me, $500 for my wedding day on 6/10/17, which is now documented. She said that we were married on 6/10/17, called a pledge. An honor pledge is just the same as pledging allegiance to the United States flag. If you pledge allegiance to something, you promise to honor that person. Honor means you follow your pledge. A pledge does not require a stupid signature in a courtroom or a blessing by a priest. A pledge or honor is what I did when I became a PhD student. I pledged to do whatever it took to be honorable after I got my PhD to make sure that we did not lie. I have made pledges and honor pledges when I was a lecturer for the world. See, I was a world consultant for preeclampsia, worldwide, meaning multiple countries. I was a worldwide preeclampsia one because I'm an expert in preeclampsia, called a curricula vitae, if anybody reads one. Judge, the curricula vitae resume. Then on top of that, I had to promise 100% honesty because as a consultant, you cannot lie. And then, of course, on America's Got Talent, I pledged never to tell a lie either. Therefore, anything on these YouTubes are truthful at 100%, unless I made a slip of the tongue, which can happen to any human being. That's different than intentionally doing harm. Intentional harm is knowing the truth and then lying about it, like Colleen. She did give her hand to me in marriage on 6/10/17. It's documented in Buchanan Street with an independent witness called Tiffany. Okay. Then I had proof of that, meaning every day I said I love you and you're amazing as required by Colleen. It makes me look manic because she did not respond properly. She was supposed to say, "Hi, good morning, Steve," because that was our emergency contact, and she promised me every day to say that no matter what, married or not. And then I said, "You're amazing and I love you." I missed it one day after 6/10, and she scolded me for not doing it. Then when she got all fussy, she forgot to do her vows, which is she didn't have to go and say anything but "Hi, good morning, Steve," after she threw the rings down as she had promised. No, she broke her laws, meaning she promised again to do that. And then it makes me look weird because I said "I love you and you're amazing" multiple times without any of her responses because I held to my vow to Judge, but she did not hold to her. That's called a marriage contract called "I vow to God." And I'll say it again, Judge, just in case you don't understand what a vow is anymore. I, Stephen Frost, took Colleen McClory's hand in marriage to have for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. And I vowed at that time to say, in order to solidify or to prove my love, I will say, I love you and you're amazing for the rest of your life. Now, I am saying it again publicly, and I always will do it privately. Although she may not be married to me, that is the easiest pledge in the world. My current girlfriend understands exactly what's going on, and she does not mind the fact that I have to keep my pledge to her for the rest of my life. So that's it. Really, Judge, keeping a vow is now considered mania. Really. So remember, right now the Catholic Church has been informed of this as well. So right now Colleen has nowhere to run. She has nowhere to hide. It is all of her responsibility. I never wanted to do anything. If she wanted not to be married, that was fine on 6/10/17. She threw down her rings and that was fine. She left the house peaceably without any restraint or anything as she drove out of the house. Then all I asked her to do was continue to do what she was supposed to do legally as an emergency contact. Good morning, Steve. And I'd say, I love you. You're amazing. That was required by law.